Okay, hey guys, it's Martin from How to Make Mobile Games on November the 7th, 2014. It's a Friday now. Woohoo! Not that it ever feels much like a Friday around here, but whatever. I might have a beer later. Today, right now, I'm going to do my revenue check that I do every day usually. And this is me just looking at Chartboost and AppLovin and seeing how our stats are going. So it's just a general look of how things have gone this past few days for our games on Google, iOS, and so on. And especially the two new games, PLAYCADE and SNIPERXXX, which I've talked a lot about recently. But I wanted to share with you what I go through each day. I've done one of these videos before. Hopefully it's interesting. You guys can see and compare, and you can hopefully get some useful tips or ideas about what I look at and what kind of things I try to check, in terms of like trending. So anyway, so this is the one, just going through it as I do every day, like I said. This is the one, Amazon ads. So we have Amazon ads in our Amazon games. We don't use AdMob in our Amazon games. I've actually found that Amazon ads do perform a little bit better than AdMob ads. I think it's because Amazon ads are supported. So if you click on an Amazon ad from the Amazon App Store, then you're able to download an Amazon game. Whereas I don't think AdMob ads allow you to do that in the Amazon App Store, if that makes any sense. So anyway, but this is the trend line for PLAYCADE, as you can see down there. That's the one, the new game which has many games in one. And this is what I'm looking for. I'm just looking for this upward trend. And it seems to have been doing okay-ish. We had the last couple of days there. That was November the 6th on the end. These are the number of requests, by the way. This is not the fucking ad revenue. So I don't know why I said the F word there, guys. I'm sorry. I had something in my head. So anyway, this is the requests, and this is it's slowly going up. We're adding more and more games over time. It's not doing amazing at the moment, but it's trending upwards, which is good. The other one that I check every day is AppLovin, of course. We've not added AppLovin in SNIPERXXX or PLAYCADE because we want to keep those games as to retain the user longer. I think we're having too many ads in the game would be a problem, and we do get a lot of complaints. A lot of users don't like too many ads in the game, of course, because it ruins the experience. So yesterday on the 6th, we made $21 there, 25 the day before, 26. The impressions, I think, were roughly the same. It's probably going to load a little bit slow. Terrible internet here. So I think, yesterday they went up a little bit. I think the reason why they went up a little bit is because now we updated our Google Play, a few of our Google Play games that had a warning from Google saying that the AppLovin SDK does not, it violates their policy on, how can I say, the advertising policy, advertising ID policy, I'm sorry. It's still early for me. It's 3:30 in the afternoon, but this still feels early for me. But I've got my coffee, so I'm slowly waking up. So I updated those games, and those include AppLovin. Those are some of our earlier games done a couple of months ago. So that's been a slight increase. And AppLovin continues to give us like an okay revenue trend. I mean, we had like, $50 plus there in one day. The highest it went to, I think, was $92. AppLovin shows full screen ads and video ads when the game loads. Not the best user experience though, guys. I think a lot of the people, they maybe just played it and then an ad popped up and they clicked on it and they move on to the next game. So, but it's a good revenue source, and we're spreading the risk by including different ad networks. And let me just open Chartboost, and I'll also open the AdMob, which is the other one that I check each day. But Chartboost is our main one. It went down this past couple of days. So this is November the 6th, and as you can see there, it's 3:30, and it usually updates in China time. It usually finishes updating around 6 p.m. So there might be a couple of extra dollars that come in here at the end of the day, after 6 o'clock. So at the moment, it's made $60.85, and it's provided 48. We've had 48 installs. People have clicked on ads and then installed 48 other games through the ads. It's made $60. 2,600 installs of our games and 8,800 bootups, which is, I don't know if that's a good number or not overall, to be honest, the installs to bootups. The day before was low. That was probably our lowest day in a long time. The downloads weren't so low, though. I mean, I'm just going to scroll back a little bit. So we had 2,500 installs of our games, and the 2,600 there, 2,400, 2,700, 2,700. So it's kind of low, 2,700, 2,000. So it was a pretty low day, yeah. But it wasn't super low, but still the revenue did drop to 62. And, you know, so that's kind of low. And then today you can see it's only on 60. Even though we've given 48 installs here. And I think maybe the installs on the other days are a little bit lower. So the reason that we get this big variance in ad revenue, guys, is because it depends on how much the advertisers are paying. You know, is Supercell or King.com or Rovio, are they doing any big campaigns, yes or no? It also depends on the type of ads. You know, maybe it's a bunch of casino ads, and casino ads are aimed at very specific players of casino games. So that could be the reason of the ads going lower. So ad revenue does vary quite a lot sometimes. If you get like a big campaign of a new game by King.com, you know, like Pet Rescue Saga or I don't know, I think Yes Chef was done by them, or perhaps like Retry by Rovio, then this will go up because those are casual games and they get a lot more installs. So it can vary quite a lot, guys. So this happens to us. Sometimes it does make me, you know, worry a little bit when I see this drop from like $100 a day to like $60 a day. But you know, so long as I'm seeing like the increase in installs here. So you can see yesterday this top number here, if I can find it. I'm looking through my mobile screen, not the computer screen. So 2,562, and yesterday so far it's gone to 2,684 installs. So there was an increase in installs, which is obviously what we want to see. 2,600 installs is better than last week. See, 2,500, 2,600, 2,500. Even though here we actually made more revenue, you see, like that 93, 97, even though our installs were a lot lower. So it really depends on the ad campaign that's been put through the game as well, and it depends on what the big publishers are doing. So ad revenue can go up and down a lot, guys, as you know. And this is AdMob, and this is their new site. And AdMob, oh my god, £11.54. Yesterday was £10.62. It's crazy because I remember the days when AdMob was making $120 a day, and over the past year or more, since I think early 2013, I think maybe, it just slowly started to drop off, and AdMob has like slowly gone down. We're only using banners for AdMob at the moment, and you know, there it goes up to £20 there, so it's about $26, £10, £11, so it's about $15. So it goes up and down, guys. And I think because AdMob we're using banners now, we don't get as many clicks. Plus AdMob did this like crazy thing where you have to like double click to install a game or for the banner to activate. So a banner appears, you click on it once and it says visit site, and then you have to click on it again. So that stops misclicks, you know, accidental clicks, but it also means that the publishers like us are getting less revenue, so that's a problem. But yeah, I'm so glad that we put Chartboost in the game. However, obviously, we need to increase our in-app purchase revenue now. This is becoming a major thing. So because ad revenue is so up and down, as like you've seen, whereas I believe that in-app purchase revenue can be a lot better if the game is good. So we need to stabilize that. We need to get better at in-app purchases, and we need to put it in these 2 new games soon. And we need some big in-app purchases in there as well. So let me just show you some SNIPERXXX stats. For the stats for the installs and the boot ups, I actually check Chartboost pretty often. We do have Flurry as well installed for the games, but not for SNIPERXXX. But I do use Chartboost just to check the number of boot ups and installs, since it's going to give the same sort of information anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Let's take a look at SNIPERXXX on iOS. And so I've not checked this. So it made a $2.78 yesterday so far. So it's not big revenue right now, and I don't think this game will make big revenue through the ads, okay? But it's got something coming in. But what I am interested in is this number here. So we're seeing 152 installs. Sorry, that's not clear. And then 661 boot ups. So that's around, what is that, 3 or 4 times. Each user is booting up the game 3 or 4 times on average. 147, so let's just say 150, and about 700 boot ups there. Installs and then boot ups. So that's around, I think, maybe 5 times or 4 times. So that's definitely what we want to see. We want to see that, you know, the number of boot ups to installs is increasing. And let's just take a look at Google as well. And this just gives us a sign that we're on the right track with this game, that people are enjoying it, and that the booting, on average, each user is booting up the game multiple times. So I'm not too concerned about the revenue right now because we have all the other games producing enough cash flow. I am concerned, one of my things that I'm concerned about is making this game cool and making, you know, people enjoy the game. So yesterday I had, this is Google Play for SNIPERXXX, so 122 installs and then 561 boot ups. So that's around, I don't know, what, 4 or 5 times as much again. Made $2.88. There you go, 115 installs, 643 boot ups, 123 installs and about 700 boot ups. So you can see again, the revenue is not big for this at all, even though we're getting a lot of boot ups. So that basically means that the way that I'm looking at that, analyzing that, is that people are enjoying the game. You can see this, you know, sorry, overall you can see this boot up trend is increasing, even though the number of installs is roughly the same. So that's definitely want to see this boot up trend going higher and higher. So what that says to me is that people are enjoying the game a little bit, and so we need to continue doing what we're doing and adding more content for that game. It also tells me that we're not going to make much money on ads in this game, and I don't really want to make, I mean, I do want to make a lot of money with ads, of course, we all do, but I want to stop making so much money on ads and focusing more on the in-app purchases, because if we can make a game that makes good money through in-app purchases or reward offers like video rewards or like Tapjoy offer wall, then that means players are really enjoying the game and they're willing to part with their money to get some cool stuff in the game. Ad revenue, often it feels to me like ad revenue is okay, your game isn't so great, so people are clicking on the ad to check out another game. Sometimes, you know, sometimes. I've read that big publishers like Crowdstar and Glue or whatever, 80% of their revenue comes through in-app purchases. But there's some other cool ways, like we said, maybe it's young kids that don't have a credit card and can't pay for the game through in-app purchases, but there are things, like we said, like they can watch a video ad, a rewarded video ad, and then we make some money and they make some money. So Rovio did that with their new retry game. And that's a very cool example to follow. If you're gonna like mimic somebody, or you know, you're gonna follow an example, then Rovio is a great example to follow, of course, because they've got the best games up there, along with Supercell and King and so on. So great monetization model to follow. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to give you a little brief video because I've not done one in a few days. I'm really sorry I've not caught up on the howtomakemobilegames.com channel this past few weeks, and also on the forum as well. It's been a really busy past couple of days because doing an end of month revenue summary for PandaTap, which always takes a long time. But I'm hopefully going to be able to catch up with everyone soon. But thanks so much for posting on the forum, guys. You know, to all of you who are posting on like the developer diary blog, the game marketing and the game development section of the section of the forum. Thank you so much. Really, I do read a lot of them. It's just a case of me finding time to catch up and reply to them as well. But let me know what you think of this video. I hope it was interesting or useful. Please give me feedback because that always helps as well. Or if there's something specific you want me to talk about in the videos, I'll definitely try and get that done. But come and check me out on howtomakemobilegames.com, guys. I'll post this video there and you can leave me any questions. And I'll do some more videos later, hopefully. Anyway, chat to you all soon and have a great day. Bye-bye.